Well, alright. Welcome to another one of BumpmyStump's World of Tanks Xbox 360 replay videos. Today we're in our IS-8. We're on Siegfried line. We're platooned up with WoT and the X-Phantom. Phantom is in his IS-8. WoT is in his, a Centurion, I believe. I've already ranted a couple times on the IS-8 and how much I hate it. But I'm trying to grit my teeth and get through it so I can get to the IS-7, because people say that there is a light at the end of the rainbow, or a pot of gold, or whatever way you want to put it. I know driving the IS-8, there's a lot of shit you got to deal with and get on you and smell like and everything else to get to that pot of gold, if the IS-7 is a pot of gold. But I'll tell you what, this tank is junk. But we're going to have an okay game in it. Yeah, okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. Actually, by my standards of the IS-8 games, this is a darn good game. Because usually you get your ass handed to you really quick. But once again, I think part of it is a horrible team we're playing against. So I got my hull down in here because I've done this before in a Super Pershing the other day, and I seriously bounced probably 20 shots. I didn't think it was going to work here, but I figured, well, I'm going to wait because I know something's going to come through there. And there we go, M103, and we're going to take 487 out of them. Now, I did a video, went through a video, and narrated it earlier tonight, and the gun was only putting out the high 300s to the low 400s. That was with the lower gun. That video was recorded, the gameplay was recorded at least when I first got my IS-8, but close to a month ago. And yeah, I XP'd past. I just bit the bullet and used my free XP to get past to fully upgrade this piece of shit. Because it was so, it's unplayable in fully upgraded form. Most tanks, once you get them fully upgraded, they're at least playable. Not this piece of shit. Well, I shouldn't say that. It has its okay games, I guess. But it's still, the armor sucks. The gun is not reliable. It's great for shots like that. Really close side shots. Yeah, it's good for that. But you get anything angled, you get anything of distance, and it's a hit or miss crapshoot. Which we know Russians are not snipers, they're just not great at it. But half the time, this darn thing isn't even good at close range. The gun's not bad at close range. At least fully, whoops, run into the statue there. Doesn't turn as good as I want it to either. There's that AMX 50 over there, and we're gonna punch a good 450 out of him there. But like I was saying, the gun actually isn't bad at this point. But the rest of the tank still let you down. Take 486 out of him that time. And he's going to get a little smart now, and he's going to back up. And right now I'm angled, and I know I'm going to come out, and there's a good chance of him penetrating. But my tracks eat it, and he does some damage. And that's pretty sad that at that angle he hit my tracks and damaged me. You would think I was, 90 degrees to the side of him. But that's this tank. It's just, everything about it is, yeah, you'd say the American tanks have paper armor. I'll tell you what. And you listen to jingles and that type of stuff, talk about different tanks and the stats not being really the same as what they have listed. This has to be one of those, because, they say armor-wise it should be okay. Not great, but it should be okay. I would rather play an IS-6 at a tier 9 game than this piece of shit. I think I'd rather play, oops, I wanted to point something out there. See how he was sitting behind the rock? And I highlighted him, and he backed up? That was my kill, bitches. And yeah, I had to wait for it to, back up in time, and I just missed it. That should have been my kill. Because he backed up because I pinged him. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There was nothing over there. I pinged him. I mean, there's tanks over there in his vicinity, but he was behind a rock, and the minute I pinged him, he backed up. So he got spooked. But back to what I was saying about this, I would rather play an IS-6 in a tier 10 game than this thing. And if I could get my IS-7 via the IS-6, I would do it all day long. You know, it's tier 8 and doesn't have, you know, gun doesn't have the output this does. This tank just, maybe it's all me. I guess it could all be me. But you notice when you look at this, I have a small repair kit, I have a large repair kit, and I have an automatic fire extinguisher. I also have safe stowage, and I also have wet ammo rack, because this thing just gets destroyed constantly. And on the commander I have what's the one there that allows him to, some jack of all trades, because I can't have a first aid kit because I need to have things to repair my tracks and my modules and everything else. It gets demolished every other game 3 minutes into the game. It's not unheard of, and it has happened to me many times. I'll get into a game, take one hit and lose my engine, my gun, or my engine, and it'll catch on fire, and my tracks, and you know, at that case you got to be able to fix both of them at once. So I'm going to take the T-71 because he's an easy target. Get his gun out of the game before he takes off and bolts. And then we have an Indian Panzer and a Borsig back there, I believe, is the other one. I just plunge one into the... Oh, it's a Ramalama Ding Dong. Sorry. But teammates finish him off, and that's another fair game in the IS-8. Again, I don't consider, for a tier 9 tank, it's not a great game by any means. But anytime I can win a match and do okay in it in this tank, I consider it a good game. You know, we end up with 51,800 for silver. Almost 3,300 for XP with a multiplier. I end up in third place with 2,900 damage and 238 spotting with 2 kills. 1,069 base XP. The Phantom ended up in first with 3,600 in his IS-8 with 3 kills and 1,400 XP. And then where's Doyok? He's down there in like what? 5th? 6th place? And he didn't do too much. But he did have 3 kills, which we kind of laughed about. 361 damage, he ended up with 3 kills. So that means he stole 3 kills. But this game I shot 9 shots. I hit 7 times and penetrated 7 times. So overall, not too bad. The ratio of 379 damage received to almost 3,000 damage dealt. That was decent, so, you know, it was an okay game. As usual, comment, rate, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Tell me how to play this tank correctly, because I need help with it. And when you're on the battlefield, shoot the red ones.